Hey guys, it's Dwight with Dwight Pours. I'm back for another fun-filled adventure of acrylic pouring. So I have a 20 by 20 canvas here that I have painstakingly made sure that it is as level as possible. I have a level that has 3 different levels so you can see sort of how things may flow over the edges, and this is probably not the best I've gotten in a while. And I'll be honest with you, it's one of the level 1 gallery canvases. Sometimes they're the best to work with. They're not the gallery wrapped, but they're still sturdy, and I found them to be actually never warped. And some of my very big, large paintings that I've done were with this kind of the gallery, level 1 wrapped canvas, and they've turned out perfectly with no running and no buckling. Even though I tighten the canvas by spraying water on the back, sometimes that still happens. So in a couple of minutes here, I will tell you about my painting yesterday, but first let me introduce what we're going to do today. It's a 20 by 20 canvas. We're going to do a dump and swirl, and I'm using all Americana DecoArts paints. These are not metallics. They're regular satin enamels. Satin enamels? They're regular acrylic paint. So this is just Artist Loft Acrylic Flow White, and I've added some Floetrol to it, a little bit of Liquitex pouring medium, and a lot of water. So I'm making this really, really thin. Okay, and this goes back to when I started doing these a year or so ago. Melly D inspired me with her dump and swirls, and she just used the DecoArts paint, a little bit of Liquitex pouring medium, and mostly water. And so I've done that quite a few times as well. But after yesterday and the previous pour I've done, I had Floetrol in there, and the cells were different. So a little bit of an experiment today. So this is DecoArts Americana Sea Breeze, again with Floetrol and Liquitex pouring medium and a bunch of water. And this was left over from yesterday. It's DecoArts True Blue, and same mixture as the rest of them here. Yeah, and let's see. And of course, my dump paint is black, and that's Acrylic Flow, Artist Loft. And then my last color is Citron Green. I haven't used it in a while, and it is one that sells a lot. And it's an interesting contrast color, so we'll see how it goes with the darker blue and the sort of turquoise blue. So the first thing we're going to do is prep the canvas. I like to cover my edges just to make sure when the paint rolls over that it sticks. So what happened to yesterday? So I came back downstairs last night, and the painting looked worse. It looked like a lot of paint was funneling off right here, not on the sides, but right down in the middle on this one side. And so I let it sit, and I decided to check it out this morning, and I wish I would have taken a picture or a little video, so I apologize for that, but it was like total mess. I think I used paint underneath it, and I used a satin enamel, and it was a different brand, and it's sort of like the paint broke up. It's hard to describe. It looked really chalky, and it didn't look, it just didn't look, the colors weren't rich. They had dulled out, and like I said, it all kind of funneled off the back of my canvas here. So I don't know. I was really frustrated because I got a lot of positive feedback. It looked kind of cool the more I looked at it, and I named it like wisteria because it reminded me of the wisteria flowers, sort of how they droop off the vine. That was my first thought, actually, and somebody else had brought it up too in one of their comments. So there you have it, the perils of painting. I don't know about you guys, but I'm having trouble finding paints, especially the DecoArts Americana brand paints. I ended up going to Joann Fabrics today, and their shelves were almost empty, although I found the colors that I wanted to do a couple more of these. So hopefully they get some more in stock. And Amazon is charging 2 or 3 times the actual cost just for a 2-ounce bottle, which is ridiculous. But of course you can get it in a day or two. So I'm not doing that anymore, and I'm just going to go through either Joann Fabrics or just go to the website for DecoArt, Americana brand, and use that. Okay, so canvas is prepped. A little more paint than I usually like to use. So what I'm gonna do is I'm literally gonna do a dump and swirl. Some of the ones that you've seen me do in the past, I do a nice little puddle and I, pour it nice and gently, I guess you could say. And, I get some sort of predictable results that way. Seem to work. And I've been using a lot of metallics and I've sort of shied away from just the regular brand paint. And I want to be able to use that again because I think with the right mixture and thickness, you can create some really awesome paintings. So, with that said, I'm going to start with just a very small little puddle of white in the middle. Maybe a little bit more. And I'm literally now going to throw down my colors on top of it. I don't know. Maybe it mixes when you do that. Sort of like that. And the citron green, let's see. That keeps thickening up on me. Let me add some water. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Okay. Some more white. A lot of white. And last but not least, this blue. It's kind of like a baby blue. So I seem to pour in one direction, so we'll see how that goes. Okay. So now for the dump paint. I am hopeful that this is enough. Okay guys, here we are about 30 or so minutes after. I hope you like it. I apologize for pouring over the first one. I just didn't feel like the citron green just didn't look too good for me. And I know it still came through because you can see it around some of the edges, but that's still okay. It's a remarkable process to watch. These cells are very multi-dimensional, as you can see. I have no idea how this is going to dry. I don't see any tugging in any corners. I just see cells trying to take up available space that there is on the canvas. Here's some of the green up there. So I'm gonna do this again. I have some leftover colors. I may do something in red. I just want to kind of see, not sure how I feel about it. I want to get less coverage. Maybe having the paint be slightly thicker might be part of it. But we'll see. I think it's going to dry okay. I don't see any problems so far. Mishmash of color, that's for sure. Look at all that. It's fascinating, isn't it? Look at this right there. Yeah, it's amazing how that stuff does that. Okay, guys, you have a good, what is today? Thursday, and good start to the weekend. I've got a few ideas of what I want to do this weekend. I may do another one of these, and I have an idea to do a really large one in black and white, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, you guys take care, and we'll chat with you soon.